Hello and welcome back to Control. Apologies to people who thought that this would be a nice smooth playthrough that just seamlessly transitions from place to place. It took me a really long time just to find the security booth, which of course should have been solved by me just finding the security booth sign. Okay, story people are talking. That means that we are on the correct pathway now. Now let's fight!
Right. Or not.
Escape is your friend at times.
So now that we're in the furnace chamber, I take it that we have to use our what is it? Yeah, it is psychokinesis. We have to use our psychokinesis in a unique way in order to actually have the furnace cool down and prevent it from overheating.
I think the furnace is part of the problem. Hot objects in general, because heat causes pressure. Pressure in a contained space will cause it to explode at some point.
This is not the time to read up on the different types of hiss. You are
the
currently
hiss charge
in combat.
agents. Hiss charge display an unthinking fixation on any non-corrupted individuals in the area. Once within a specific proximity, they let out a fart. And once they fart, it makes everybody want to leave the room. But by leave the room, they usually have to be picked up with a dustpan and a broom, because they explode. It's a fart explosion. You really should watch out for these fart bags, because they will fuck your day up. These are the equivalent of the dynamite guys, so you don't let these guys get close to you, you try to take them out at a distance, and they explode when they die.
Okay. So they're a lot like the explosive wraths from Devil May Cry 3.
Pretty much, yeah. And well, they're flashing red as though you needed any more indication that they're dangerous. They also scream at you on the way to you. That's actually the best way to determine that there's a fart bag hiss in your area, is that there's something screaming at you. These guys stay pretty quiet, on the other hand. They usually, you know, they try to sneak up on you, being all tactical and stuff, because they still have some semblance of thinking, strategy, moving forward. But the fart bags, they just fart. And fart will always give itself away.
Okay, so there are a bunch of fire extinguishers on the walls here, or are we just going to combat our way through this?
Well, here they come. Comes Pinky and Stinky. Where did they go?
They're down at the bottom because they dropped down there.
Huh? I don't hear anything. Well, I mean, what also happens a lot of times, I mean, it's not totally exploitable, is when there's a lot of those guys in a small vicinity, they start a chain reaction, because their explosions will actually cause health damage to other nearby hiss.
Okay.
Their farts are just that strong. I mean, usually they have invulnerability to the explosions of their fellows, but these are some noxious shit we're talking about.
So this is another subspace section of the oldest house.
Okay, go to the oh! You thought you were done. I jump cutted because apparently what happened constituted a great waste of time. So we walked back into the area. Oh boy.
So there are the hiss charged. Okay.
So you also have the option to use your evasion in order to get out of the explosive range in time. It is totally a viable strategy as long as you have room to move. That you let the charged hiss get in proximity to you to start its like 1 second long fuse. The fuse starts, it screams, it stands still and flashes even more violently red. Hit evade in order to get out of the blast radius, and you will be totally fine. Something has to work.
There. Flying is
bastard.
defeated.
Okay, alright, good, cool, good. Control points are good. Game overs are bad. Overwhelming enemy encounter is bad. Control points good.
Okay, so by removing the hiss from this control point, we have successfully returned this place from subspace to normal space, and gotten another door.
Yeah, we got the door open. Du-du-du-du-du-du-du.
Uh-oh. We are outside in a cave system. Okay, we're only partially in a cave system.
Miners.
As opposed to majors.
Halt. There. There. That felt good. I love punching people to death.
I really wish you could actually just throw the bits and pieces of your shield that you get, because our projectile damage is still pretty substantial.
Now I think you can still use a gun while... No, that's right. You can't use a gun while you're holding...
Yeah, because your shield eats up both your hands.
No, you can't. You gotta at least have a free hand in order to shoot.
The coolant pumps. Yay!
Alright, we're going to plot important territory. We also have a checkpoint now. I have a feeling we may be using this checkpoint quite a bit, because there's a lot of enemies in this area.
It's not so bad so far. Plus, there's a bunch of free batteries here that we gotta plug in, so... One free battery. And that triggers the first wave. Okay. This is a wave combat mission, Past Cloud. You can't just shield your way through this. You're going to have to fight them.
Right. Now, the first step, of course, in a shooter type of game where you have to use vectors in order to take out your opponent is get a good position. See? Now we see the drawbacks of having shield is that the game is going to use the charge hiss in order to get in proximity to you because of your slow fucking moving velocity. Unless you react in time, you drop the shield and you hit the evade button. As long as you still have energy meter, you will avoid the blast, but will make you vulnerable to enemies that are shooting at you. So the game is trying to get you to drop your guard so that you will get hit by the ballistic type enemies.
And since the shield doesn't actually protect behind you, honestly, I don't really see a good reason to be using the shield.
I mean, it does. It does. It only looks like the objects are not behind me, but they are.
No, the objects most certainly look behind you, but when the hiss detonated a tad earlier, it still did damage to you through the shield. So
yes, because rock beats scissors. So when you're up against rock, you use paper. Evade. Avoid the damage. Because once the charge hiss explodes, it's dead, and it can't deal damage anymore.
Well,
now see, that would be a valid use of shield. That would be a good use of valid use of shield / melee if I was actually working on either shield or melee. However, I've been so preoccupied with just staying alive in this game, I've been concentrating on health, and then eventually my telekinesis, because I realized that telekinesis gets pretty fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. But now you have drained your shield. I mean, drained your energy meter. Yeah,
but the first
cool.
wave is down, so just get up there. You don't need to have your shield on right now.
See, in order to create that effect in a movie, what they did off screen was they weakened the guardrails at key points so that as soon as the body fell through it, that the guardrail would give way, looking all dramatic and cool like that. Like I did that with my mind.
See, fresh batteries here, so all we gotta do is find the slot that the battery's going to. We are in combat still, Past Cloud.
Weaken the table at specific points. Put fat costume on dude. Watch fat dude fall through table. No, we've already heard this one. Yes, when you find these little radio things in the world, the game will automatically give you a record of it so that you don't have to be standing next to it in order to read it. You are at liberty to carry on with the game, and then at any point you could pause the game and then go back over the audio that you left behind.
I need to convince them. The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now.
We've not heard this one yet, Mr. Cloud.
Well, it's because we walked away from the source. When you walk away from the source, then the game also takes away the subtitles.
Capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. Oh, sorry. What do you eat?
What do furnaces eat? People.
I'll try to find some volunteers.
Yes. Volunteers for a, a temporary assignment, after which point they will be dismissed from their duties.
Those are not battery slots, past Cloud.
I don't know where the hazards are. Put your shield up. Okay,
Well,
found
there's
them.
the hazards.
Okay, we found one. The first step is knowing where your enemies are.
There's a battery slot.
Knowing in a third-person game, well, I mean, in any shooter-type game, knowing where your enemy is one of the most important pieces of information. Because just because I know where they are does not necessarily mean that they know where I am. Except in this game, well, the enemies are pretty smart, so they will hone in on your position usually.
No, past Cloud. That's the end of this wave. Use the next battery. You were right behind it. Ugh.
Okay, there's the battery. I found the well, I mean, we could see the battery. Question is, can our Let's Player actually see the battery? Yeah.
This is the one that you already did, though.
Shit. What now?
My old enemy, the clog, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that shit. He's very clever. He's trying to sneak in. We caught him caught with his hand in the fish trap.
Oh boy.
He kind of looks like he's, you know, a bunch of compacted moss, but
Do I have to? Oh God. Oh, it
you
stings.
shouldn't be that close to him.
Well, I didn't fucking know that. All right, let's regroup for a second. Yeah, use it. Okay, after you jump cut, although for some reason you didn't use magical space-time in order to go back to the control point and get all your health back, let's try shooting
it's
it.
just
Okay.
it's just a critical point puzzle. Okay.
Yes, the clog. My old nemesis. My grandfather warned me at some point that I would be dealing with this shit at some point when he famously clogged the toilet after traveling 3 hours to my mother's house. Oh, we're not done yet. All you did was just knock him back a bit. Oh, God damn it. Yep, is it starting to get under your skin?
But yeah, his weak points are not on this side anymore.
Is it starting to make you feel all icky and ooky inside? Because that's the whole idea. This is a horror game. Horror games are designed to get under your skin at some point. Where it's, you know, insects, creepy crawlies, shit spewers, some unexplainable things. Or how about those goddamn seizure enemies that don't really seem to have any real shape at all? Oh, man. They really shouldn't have had... Oh, what is that famous restaurant chain franchise that is always getting people sick across America?
Arby's.
Bloco Hell? Nacho Tel?
It's Arby's, dude. Come on. Taco Bell is only sick. Taco Bell is only illness striking if you get their less popular items. Most of their most popular items are actually relatively safe.
Oh, I don't feel so good, guys. I think there was something wrong with those brand new chicken. Okay, so if you have a a childish penchant for toilet humor, this might not be so bad. But this is still some pretty revolting shit we're dealing with, and this is only the beginning. We're gonna be seeing even more revolting shit as the game goes on. Son of a bitch! I'm gonna get you with my plunger of justice.
That is a thing that I didn't actually see Ati have with him. A plunger.
Oh, he's gonna need some. He's gonna need some pretty strong Drano. You gotta let it sit for 15 minutes, mister. I gotta say, I've seen people solve toilet problems with a stick of dynamite. I've never seen somebody try to unclog a pipe with a gun.
I don't think we did that in Banjo-Kazooie, but then again, I've not actually played Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know how you take down the Great Mighty Pooh.
The Great Mighty
Sorry, that's
Pooh.
Conker's Bad Fur Day, not Banjo-Kazooie.
It's by the same people. It's fine. I am going to take a giant shit on you. Don't be afraid of the shitstorm. Okay, you took out the targets, and it's gone. We have defeated the clog. Yay! Not quite as humorous as the Great Mighty Pooh, but still pretty ridiculous in its own right. We literally just took out a shit demon.
Alright, and in the next episode, we'll attempt to make ourselves, over to the, well, I assume ventilation, actually.
We're getting there. First, now that we've confirmed that the clog has been removed, now we can actually, you know, put the batteries in for success. Stay tuned, everybody.